Hello, and welcome to WebDM's Escape from Flavortown. I'm Lindy, and I will be your MC for the afternoon. We've got a few announcements before we get started today. This is a charity game, first of all. We are collecting donations for the Girls Empowerment Network. You can find the donation link in chat, and also the purple Donate Now button below. Girls Empowerment Network, also known as GEN, is a Central Texas nonprofit organization which offers school and camp programs to help girls plan their careers and achieve their goals. So please check out their website. They're a great organization. So donate, donate, donate. 100% of all donations today will go to them. Not only will you be a good person for helping Jen Austen when you donate, but you'll also be helping our players too. So here's what your support will do in the game. For every $250 raised, the critical range lowers by 1. So at $250, a 19 and a 20 are both critical hits to a maximum of 10. At $500, damage dice will explode. So when you roll max damage on your die, you get to roll again. At $1,000, they will get magical weapons. And at $1,500, a magical ally will bestow a blessing. This charity stream is a part of the hashtag Women in Tabletop Gaming, a month-long celebration of the women who create, play, and watch tabletop RPGs. It is coordinated by Tales from the Fandom, and we are so glad to be a part of it. There are some other folks who are raising money for the Girls Empowerment Network today, so we're going to give a quick shout-out to them. Tabletop Loot! Our Twitch sponsor is pausing their coupon codes for the day and donating 15% of all sales to the Girls Empowerment Network. So go get yourself some gorgeous dice at tabletoploot.com. If you want an Escape from Flavortown shirt, Eric Vogt, creator of the original meme, is donating 15% of all merch sales to Jen through June 26th. Link is in the chat now. And want to give a shout out to his DM, Joya Perlo, who ran her own version of Flavortown, which is what inspired Eric to make the meme. Also, today only, Death by Mage is donating 100% of the proceeds of his custom gastronome class on the DM's Guild to Jen as well. So stay tuned. We will be announcing the winners of our dice giveaway at the end of the show. I'll be popping back in every now and again to announce our progress on donations. But now I'm going to turn it over to Emma Lambert, WebDM's communications director and DM from Escape from Flavortown.
Hey, everybody. I am so excited to be here. Oh my gosh. We are doing this thing, and it's amazing. Like Lindy said, I am the communications director for WebDM, and I am DMing this. This is my very first stream. I am so excited to introduce to you the world of Gary Fetty, star of Downtown Dinners and Dumps, and his various disturbing food establishments. We're going to go around to our fantastic players, tell us who you are, who you will be playing, and why you and Gary Fetty, excuse the pun, have beef together. Let's start with Satine.
Hi, I'm Satine Phoenix. I am the community manager for Dungeons and Dragons, and I am playing Marcy. And Marcy's a vegan, a raw foodist vegan, and I have beef with this dude because he likes beef. I'm also a druid. I don't even care.
You don't even care. He likes beef. That is plenty. Lisa, who are you playing?
My name is Lysa Chen. I am one of the community managers for the Adventurers League, and I produce and host a podcast called Behold Her. I'm also part of the cast of Hell's Bells, which is premiering tonight as well. And I am playing Jerry Fetty, who has beef with Gary because he has run the family name into the ground and needs to be eliminated.
Excellent. Good reason. Autumn, my very best friend. Why are you here and who are you playing?
I am playing Rochelle Reyes. I am a food procurer. So if a 5-star restaurant has to get a bunch of lobster tail or something and they don't have much time, I'm the person that will go bribe a butcher or some other restaurant to basically steal food out from under them. And I've ruined a lot of shrimp fest at Red Lobster. Might have bought some beef out from under Gary Fetty's nose. So probably doesn't really like me. I am a warlock, and I'm just kind of a shallow, self-indulgent person that just really cares about money.
Awesome. You have literal beef with Gary Fetty because you took his beef. I love it. And last but not least, Sydney, who are you?
Hi, I'm Sydney. I am the other half of Encounter Roleplay. I play D&D on the D&D channel on Saturdays. I am the Dungeon Master of WonderQuest podcast and the community manager for City of Mist RPG. And today I'm playing Poof! Poof is our very goblin-y human who's got some beef with Gary Fetty because Poof cannot stop stealing desserts. Poof loves desserts too much and cannot stop putting her grubby little fingers all over him.
Poof is a girl after my own heart, Sydney. Awesome. All right, so let me set the scene a bit. You all are not where you last were. You are all waking up on a cold metal slab. You are naked. That is, you would be naked if you weren't covered in something which strongly resembles batter and some breadcrumbs, and you believe you might be about the size of a chicken nug. You all wake up at about the same time.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
I look up and around and looking hard. I'm looking really hard.
I'm gonna taste these breadcrumby things. Am I delicious?
You taste the breadcrumby things. You are not delicious. These are kind of stale breadcrumbs, but they are breadcrumbs nevertheless. You're looking around. What you see is there is some sort of red viscous sauce, which is all around here. You see other things like this all around you, other things which are battered and breadcrumbed on whatever this metal thing is, which you are on.
I remove it. I remove everything from me. Except for right here and right here.
Nice. That's quite tasteful. It's tasteful breading. I like it. So as you get up and look around, each of you can see that there are 3 other breadcrumb people who are looking around, and the rest of them are lying motionless on whatever this metal slab is.
Poof will start to sit up and take a big inhale, like a big long sniff to see if she can figure out first if there are any desserts nearby. I want to be able to tell. And get up and run around and try and figure out what's going on, and also find cupcakes. So just
Okay. As you sniff in, You don't necessarily smell any desserts, but you do smell sort of the sickly sweet scent of a place where food is prepared and place where food is not necessarily cleaned up very promptly. You can smell lots of spices and sugars and salts. And you can smell a slightly like barnyard scent, improbably. And as you stand up, what you can see, you appear to be on a metal baking sheet. To your right is a fryer. To your left are some bowls, which are all impossibly large, because as I said, it seems like you're about the size of a chicken nugget.
Are we like stuck to it, or can we get up and...
Oh, you can totally get up. You are breadcrumbed. It's covering up most of your batter. But a lot of this plate is covered in some sort of red sauce.
I don't know who you are, but you seem to be in the same predicament as I am. Let's get off of this situation. I immediately go towards not the fryer and not the bowl.
Not the fryer, not the bowl. As you approach not the fryer, not the bowl, there's a wall directly to your back. And there is a very, very steep drop-off in front of you. And you might realize it seems like you're on some sort of very large table. And the drop off of it is probably about the equivalent of about 4 or 5 stories down to you if you're a full size.
Perhaps, new friends, if we get on each other's backs, we can crawl up at least to the bowl or try to get up and around it. So the bowl is like this. So is there a way to get onto the table where the bowl is, but kind of under like this little nook?
Yeah. You can just kind of walk beside the bowl. Sort of staying closely behind it if you want.
Then that is what I do.
Yes, you will need to make a dex save because there is this red stuff everywhere. So everybody who gets up and starts moving around needs to make a dex save.
Okay. Oh, balls.
Oh, Lord.
How about a 6?
A 6? Oh no. Oh, you fall down. You fall down immediately, and you are covered in what, as you get very close to it and smell it, is immediately apparent is barbecue sauce with a bacony tint.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, as you do that, there is a rush of energy as you suddenly feel the effects of a haste spell, which will be on you for the next minute.
Oh,
Nice.
so can I try to maybe climb down one of the legs of the table?
Yeah.
Would that be possible? Or
it might be tough exactly where you are because it's sort of like a metal sheet. But if you're going up towards the bowls, you can see that there's sort of the end of the table beyond one of these bowls.
So we're still bowl hopping.
You're still bowl hopping. Okay. Yeah.
So Poof will observe Marcy's noble attempt and attempt to copy that. So hop up and sort of shake off some of the extra crumbs and sort of skip along over and try to jump and peer over the bowl. She's super tiny, even tinier than you guys. Even when we're all chicken nuggets, she's like the dud chicken nugget. You know what I mean? Like the one they give you for free when you get a 5. It's not really a 6 nugget. That's Poof. And so you can probably see Poof jumping up and trying to get her little hands up onto the edge of the bowl and swing her leg over, and it's really difficult, but she's going to try really hard, and she's going to make a dex save to try and do it, and she rolls a nat 1 to do it.
Oh no. You fall in the bowl with a thud. The bowl is full of even more breadcrumbs. So all of the work that you did to get the breadcrumbs off you is now handily ruined.
When someone's falling off a cliff and it's like, boo! That's what you hear. She falls into this bowl of breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Swim.
So wait, just so I understand, is our group plan right now to get to the other side of the bowls so we can climb down this table?
Don't go in the bowl.
Don't go in the bowl.
We can just walk.
Around the bowl.
Well, we can try.
Around the bowl. I am not
right.
accomplished.
So that thud from Poof wakes up Jerry Fetty. I'm just gonna sit up, see that I'm breaded, I'm surrounded by barbecue sauce, and just go typical. I'm gonna, having maybe dealt with this before, I'm gonna flip onto my belly and I'm gonna try to slip and slide through the barbecue sauce.
Nice.
And then maybe get to a barbecue-less spot so I can walk normally.
Can I assist with reaching my hand out and swinging her?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Absolutely.
So what sort of role is this?
That sounds kind of like an acrobatics check to me. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
You are on the slip and slide. You look like a 6-year-old girl on her birthday, sliding around in this barbecue sauce. You also have the effect of haste for the next minute because you are currently slathered in barbecue sauce. And that's what happens here. So you are out. Poof is in the bowl. Poof, you can make some sort of climb check perhaps to get out of the bowl.
Yeah, I would like to do that. Maybe like an acrobatics. Could we do acrobatics?
Sure, you can do some tumble stuff. Let's get 3rd edition. Let's tumble you right out of the bowl.
Okay. Ooh, it's an 18.
Awesome.
Plus
You all of a sudden, poof is back out of the bowl.
So you see, like, Poof is like trying to jump up, and that maybe like some of her batter has come off, and she's been able to make stepping stones out of a mixture of batter and breadcrumbs. She's like, wait for me, wait, and like trying to swing her leg over, and like she falls down, but sticks the landing because she's incredibly sticky, and she's here and she's ready.
Perfect.
After seeing everybody fall and slip and like that, I'm just gonna try to stand up really, really carefully, just wide stance it. Just be like, okay, really slowly, go very, very slow.
All right. Make us an athletics check.
I got an 11.
11, you slip and slide a little bit. You also get hasted, but it's not enough that you totally lose it. So now you're all out of bowls. You are out of this tray of things. Jerry, you would know, since you know your relative Gary, this is one of his signature dishes. These are the people poppers that he likes to have. It very much so appears that you are being masqueraded as people poppers, which are normally made of pork and filled with barbecue sauce. However, you are genuine people poppers.
I hate that I know this, guys, but we are people poppers.
What's a people popper?
The menu says that they're pork rolled with breading and barbecue sauce, but I don't know. We're covered in breading and barbecue sauce.
That sounds
I'm
like
offended.
Trashy food. That's horrible. I want to be high class food.
All right. So as you make it past these bowls, what you see is in front of you, you are on a gigantic prep table. And there is a small caddy on one corner, just past these bowls, that has a bunch of different things in it. It has toothpicks. It has a hairnet there. It has a bunch of those little like cocktail swords that you put in like tiki drinks. There is a thermometer. And there is also some butcher's twine, scissors. There are some tongs. And there's also a very, very greasy and barbecue sauce covered apron, which is like draped over the side, and the tie of it goes all the way down to the floor.
I'm gonna go over and grab a toothpick because if a cockroach comes up, we're gonna have to fight it off.
That is true. They would be about cocker spaniel size to you.
Right.
So you get the toothpick. That acts basically like a rapier, or if you want to break it shorter, it can be like a dagger, like staffy dagger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're a genius, and I follow suit, but I say that out loud.
All right.
I'm going to grab one of the cocktail swords.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
too.
All right. Those act as short swords to you. Let's see. One of you has a pink one. One of you has a green one.
I want the green one.
Okay. So that is what you see. You've got some weapons.
I'm also.
There are other
Oh,
things.
go ahead.
No, please.
Yeah, I feel like this hairnet could come in handy at some point. So I'm going to grab it and like scrunch it up into a tiny, tiny ball.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can. Your batter is still kind of sticky. If you want to, you can just
I'm
kind of
gonna,
like literally.
stick it to myself.
Yeah. Stick things
And-
to your body.
You said there's twine here, right?
There is. There's like butcher's twine, and some scissors, and some like pencils, and also some masking tape.
Well, we can definitely lower ourselves.
Down.
Mhm.
Can I
Something to
like
secure it
fashion
to.
a belt to hold weapons and or cake into with this twine?
Absolutely. A cake belt? Yeah. Go
Cake
for it.
belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I
It
don't
will
want to
not
like
take
come
much.
across it and then not be able to take it. I want to be prepared for what really matters to me as a person and as a character.
I'm so deeply in love with poof. This is great. All right. So you're going to try to fashion some stuff and then try to get down using the twine. Is that, I understand that right?
Yeah, do we want to try to maybe tape down one end of the twine so we don't have to worry about tying it off anywhere? I don't know if there would be anywhere to tie it off at.
Yeah, we could use the masking tape to, yeah.
Yeah. Tie some knots in it. Throw it over the edge.
All right. Well, as you do that, it's going to take you probably a couple of minutes to do. So everybody who's hasted is probably no longer hasted unless you want to get all saucy again. And yeah, let's get some athletics checks to climb down.
Okay. I rolled on that one again.
Oh dear. Well, I think because you guys took the time to knot the rope, that means that you are slowed down a little, but you do not fall.
Thank you so much.
I would like. Oh,
Yes?
I got 7.
You got a 7.
A 7. A whole 7.
A whole 7.
This
Well,
dice
same
is
thing. You guys are you're saucy little slow nugs, taking your time.
I rolled a 2 with no modifier, so I
Ooh.
would like to wild shape out of fear.
Sure. What are you
And I would
gonna?
like an owl.
An owl.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yes. All right. So
Tiny, is it a tiny breaded owl?
yes, it's
Um,
like
Bikini breaded.
bikini breaded. Yes, it's an owl. It's a ringed batter owl. A tiny, tiny little. Like it is now much closer to being a chicken nugget than you were before as a person. Because it is now.
Seeing all of my companions just sort of fall down this piece of twine, I'm gonna say, "Oh no, we're gonna need some help." And I'd like to fashion like a tiny cone out of the masking or out of the tape, and then go back over to the barbecue sauce and like scoop it into the cone and tie it off with a piece of twine, and then stick that to my body.
Ooh, you're nice. Yes.
In case we need it later.
Yeah.
We need it later.
Just in case.
Yeah. And then I'll grab the rope and I'll swing down I'm good at athletics. For a 17.
Oh, Jerry makes it look like so easy as she goes down on the floor. As you guys get to the floor, what you see is a floor which was once grouted with something white, like a white grouting that has long since not been white anymore. There is barbecue sauce down here. There is hair. There is little bits of like raw pork that's been there so long it's now like pork jerky. In the corner, you might see a couple of condoms. Maybe.
No.
Let's not even think about that. And as you turn around, you can see exactly opposite you, one of these prep tables, instead of being like a closed, like steel sheet thing, one of them is open and there is something underneath. And you can hear it say, "Oh, poppers."
Pull out my toothpick.
Poof will like start to hide like behind everyone else just a little bit. Like she'll pull out like her short sword that she has now, but still like confidently hide behind everyone else.
Okay.
I go up.
Formation.
You go up in the air, Mercy?
My intention is to fly around to see, like, kind of get a greater look of the kitchen that we're in, and also see down on what is going on with my friends down there.
Okay. So what you see when you go up and you see sort of the whole kitchen is essentially you guys are at one station at the very back of the kitchen. There's nobody there. There is an apron that's laid, like this person's just gone somewhere and stopped paying attention to you guys. And next to them, there is another station. There are two chefs in this kitchen that you can see. One person who's kind of keeping to themselves, and another one which is talking to somebody through the expo window. And if you get close to it, you can hear this voice that's saying like, "Tina, you going to the gym lately? Because you look great." And you can recognize this voice. That is Gary Fetty. As you go back to your friends, you might get a little bit of a vantage point underneath this table. And it's hard to tell exactly what is underneath it since it's in shadow, but there is something there which looks kind of cube-like and brown and yellow. That's all you can really tell.
Okay. And then I just swoop down and I'm kind of just hanging out with them, hovering. I don't want to touch the ground.
Okay. That's a wise move, probably, ultimately.
Poof has like the 1,000-yard stare. Like as soon as she hears his voice, she knows that this is her mortal enemy, and like she just like whispers like, "It's Fetty," like under her breath, and she understands now. It's clicked.
Explains why this place is disgusting.
So if you're just standing there, sort of looking in that direction, you might hear this little voice again and say, "Oh, Poppers, you best not be out there. It's not safe."
Can I approach cautiously?
Yeah.
All right. You going under the table?
Yeah.
All right.
Slowly.
As you approach this table, you see what appears to be a meatloaf covered in American cheese. However, it has eyes much like the Hamburglers. And there is almost a sort of faint glow to it. This is the part where I have to keep it together, you guys. There's almost a faint glow to it. And it says, "Hail, heroic Poppers. I am the grease meat. It is nice to meet you."
I'm sorry. Did you say grease meat?
Yes.
Disgusting and cute.
That is what they called me, so I am the grease meat.
I'm sorry. Are you a person under that meat?
I am. It is hard to define individuality in this day and age, philosophical Papa. But I am the grease meat. I know not if I am anything else. Jerry, you would know that grease meat is another signature dish of Gary Fetty's. It's a form of hamburger.
I'm just gonna come up to the grease meat, put my little barbecue hand on it, and just say, "I'm so sorry."
Oh, thank you. Thank you, kind Popper. As you touch the grease meat, you find that it's both dense and yielding at the same time. And yet you somehow feel a little bit better for having touched it.
Oh. Right.
Yeah.
I try not to make the face I'm actually making in real life.
That's okay. Oh, I am sure this is not a situation that you are used to being in. Many poppers have come and go in my time here under the preparation table. But none have returned.
So, could you tell us how we got here? Because I just woke up chicken nuggeted, and that's not normal for me.
Well, yes. I do not know how you got to be here, for I have been under this table for over 7 lunch rushes. But I do know that this is a thing that it happens, and I have heard fearsome, terrible things about the Fetty. All who come by are enemies of the Fetty, yet I never see any of them again, even though the Fetty remains.
I look slightly offended every time he says Fetty.
How do we free you? Oh. Can I talk an owl? Can I magically communicate?
I think owl is just an owl, right? I don't think you can talk when you're the thing, right?
I think that is true.
Yeah.
But I think it real hard.
You're going to think it real hard. Grease meat is complex, and he gives you a knowing and accepting look. But does not say anything further about being freed.
Where did the other poppers go after you spoke with them?
Oh, the other poppers go beyond, further in the kitchen. And sometimes I hear the chefs, I hear Sid, and I hear Tina. And they talk about the poppers and about how Ramon needs to fry them faster. But sometimes I hear the Fetty as well. And then there is silence until the next lunch rush, of course.
That pig was gonna fry us. Totally gonna fry us. Grease meat, do you know the way out of here? Do you just stay under this table?
Inquisitive Popper, I am the grease meat. I have no method of locomotion, but I have heard that there is only one way out of the Flavortown, and only Fetty knows. He is the only one who can see because of his oak leaves.
Well, I don't know about you, Rochelle, but I'm not simply satisfied with getting out of here. I want to be normal person sized. I want to be not battered. And I'd always thought the poppers had a weird taste, not quite pork. But I think we need to end this. I can't hear someone use the Fetty name in this manner anymore. I think we should destroy the Fetty. And then I think on our way, we should find a way to give grease meat some locomotion. Because that is my new life mission.
Oh, I'm all in, because anybody that breads me and tries to eat me, no, that is not cool. I'm not down with that. And also, your restaurant's disgusting, so somebody needs to do something.
Yeah.
Who will
No offense, grease meat.
lean out from behind like everybody that she's been like hiding from, and she's like, it seems like we all kind of had the same sort of problem. We're all sort of mad at the same person, but I just wanted to explain that the reason that me and Mr. Fetty are not getting along is because he makes these cakes and I take them, and my concern is that if we completely destroy him, I'm never gonna get this cake again, and I'll have no reason to go on. So I propose that we find a way to trap him and make him make cakes forever and ever and ever just for me.
I pop out of owl into person form and I look over at Pooh. Are you kidding? There are other delicious pastries. I will make you the best raw cashew pie you've ever had.
I've never had
With
a raw
lavender.
cashew pie. You don't really have a lot to compete with.
I will
Let's
show
not be
you.
cruel, Marcy. Get it together, Pooh.
I have an idea. Also, I'm standing in what seems to be. Can I please stand in what seems to be the least gross part of the floor?
Sure. It's like it's on a continuum from less gross to most gross. So there's no like non-gross, but yes.
I'll stand on one foot if I have to. Like, okay, so I think our grease meat friend can help us in our endeavor to defeat this disgusting human. I think he's super greasy, and our this large, nasty gentleman might have an accident if we grease up the floor.
That's a good idea.
Grease meat will pipe in and say, "Noble and passionate poppers, you are not wrong. I am the grease meat, so I am substantially greasy. However, I only know of one greater gift I could bestow upon you. It is my purpose in life to be eaten. And I have heard that there are wonderful powers for those who consume and take of the grease meat."
No, don't
Poof
do
does
it.
not even let him finish.
No,
Poof
no.
jumps, like, just like, like flying squirrels it onto this thing, and is like going at it ravenously. The grease is covering Poof's whole chicken nugget body, just like diving into it. Like,
No, I try to catch Poof and drag her off of the creek. My new
You
best
skip
friend.
breakfast.
do we need to roll?
No, well, it's like he's prone and he's not moving, so you don't really need to roll. It's like an automatic hit. But if you do that, grease meat makes one little just noise like oh,
Poof is like, oh!
and it doesn't seem to bother grease meat that this is what is happening. But Poof, you need to make a con save.
Oh no. Okay. A 19.
Okay, great. You don't have mad cow disease, but you do have. What you do have, these are the things we do for charity, ladies and gentlemen. You do have a force breath weapon. It is good for 3 charges, 2d12 plus 5.
Wow. Okay. Oh, good God. Let me write that down. Did you say 2d12
Yes.
plus 5?
Yep.
And I have it for 3 times.
You can use it 3 times.
Oh my lord.
Yes.
Okay.
D12s aren't used enough. I like D12s.
Preach it, sister.
Yeah, I'm encouraged that Grease Meat's not screaming about this.
Wait, so did you completely consume grease meat, or you just like?
No,
took a
I feel like that would be too much for all of Poof to handle. I imagine Poof like took a nice clean dive straight through the middle and emerged through the mouth victoriously. But there's still grease meat there.
Yes. Grease meat, let's say, even though you're in his mouth, he'll kind of mumble like, "It only takes a bite."
I would like to reaction vomit.
Like Poof comes out and it's like, ah! And
There
like,
goes
that
the
noise.
least gross spot on the floor.
Yeah, it's gone. It's probably, although that's probably now the only place with vegetables in this entire place is where you threw up.
Ew.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to confirm, Grease Meat. What type of meat are you exactly?
Oh, one time, the insects here, they're benevolent. They keep me company. They brought me a menu, and on that menu it says that I am made up of every single meat which is legal to sell for consumption in North America, whatever that means. And also a substantial amount of craft American singles.
I mean, I can't believe I'm doing this, but Poof's not dead. I will take a nibble of the grease meat.
Oh, why is everyone doing this?
I scream horrifically.
All right. You make a con save as well.
I got an 11.
Oh, okay. So you have rolled it. You have salmonella. So like you're fine now, but in 12 to 72 hours, you're gonna have a really rough time.
Grease meat. Are you sure you haven't gone bad?
Oh, that is a philosophical question I spend many a time considering. I do not think so, but
coats the roof of your mouth.
Like licking her lips, like, it tastes fine to me.
Oh God.
So you have the same force breath weapon. You can use it 3 times. 2d12 plus 5.
Jerry cannot witness this. As soon as she sees Rochelle going in for a bite, I'm just gonna walk past the situation. And here, is there like another opening that I can look out of to see what's on the other side?
Yes, the table is entirely open, so you can look through into the next station. And in that next station, there is a chef. Actually, let me back it up a little bit. As you're doing this, as you walk through, you realize that the space looks somewhat different than it did when you walked in. So give me a perception check.
10.
Perfect. You think you are getting bigger.
I'm getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like rapidly or just like slightly?
Like fairly rapidly. Like you are like, first you were a nugget and now you're like well bigger than a tendy. You're like almost the size of like a whole chicken breast.
Am I worried like I'll get stuck under this counter, or should I
it's not
not that rapid.
It's not like totally like super fast in just a couple of seconds, but you are definitely getting bigger.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. So are the breadcrumbs growing on her?
Yes.
Proportionally? Okay.
Yes. Yes. Marcy is staying decent. She's keeping it decent. All of your stuff grows right along with you. So your cocktail swords do too, and they are still unusually sharp. Everything keeps going with you.
We noticed that she's getting bigger.
Yeah, make perception checks.
Oh wait, it's just me.
20.
20. Yeah, you're all getting bigger.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First, just because it's for charity and someone said something in chat, I tumble back across and I say, "I'm so sorry, grease meat." And I stick my hand into him and I take a bite.
As you do that, I go, wait! And I would like to purify this food.
Oh.
I cannot abide.
Thank you.
All right. You cast Purify on grease meat, and you can tell the cheese on top of him gets a little bit brighter. It's more like the Kraft American Singles, like natural version now, instead of like the super yellow version. And grease meat goes, oh.
All right, and I'm just gonna take a tiny bite.
It's actually
I'm crying the whole time.
It's all food and drink within a 5-foot radius.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, there's a bunch of food, even the stuff that's on the floor that was kind of desiccated. You managed to somehow make this place slightly cleaner. Congratulations.
Oh. I apologize, ladies, that I did not do this sooner.
Yeah, that would have been
it was-
awesome.
I was just, it was too much for me.
Who doesn't even know what you mean?
My stomach's just like
it was
turning
fine.
over.
All right. I think we might have an announcement, is what I'm being told. Yeah. Hey, Lindy.
I am muted. Yes, we have broke $500. So now criticals will happen on 18, 19, and 20. Along with your damage dice will now explode. So when you roll max on your damage die, you get to roll it again.
Yay. Thank you so much, everybody.
Keep up the good work.
Whoever said they'd donate if I ate grease meat, you have to donate now too.
Yeah.
You are legally obligated to do this. If not, we will sue you for the $10 that you promised.
It's a very good cause. So everybody has eaten grease meat except for Marcy. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, grease meat will look at you and say, "There's only you left.
Have a good day.
I give my consent freely."
I am allergic to meat eating.
Oh, that is a shame.
It goes against everything I believe.
I understand. However, I hope
Feel
you
better.
are not allergic to my love. Best of luck, noble poppers. I hope you defeat the Fetty.
We'll come back for you, grease meat.
Yeah, we might come back for you.
for seconds.
No!
I would like to air hug him. Like,
He attempts to.
I'm hover handing.
You're hovering. He does his best to just sort of, if he has any locomotion, to just sort of like nudge, like a puppy who loves you just so much.
Walking away.
All right. As you walk away, what you see is in this next station there is a chef there. It is a tall sort of guy with a big old belly. He's got a mustache, kind of like Super Mario. Since you're still quite small, you can see he's wearing like socks with like little hearts that say like "My mom loves me" on them. And he is standing by what looks to be like a broiler. He's got like these little trays, and he's putting these chips on them, and he's putting cheese on them. He's throwing them in the broiler, and he's kind of like just singing to himself. And that is where he is. You guys have been growing in these last several minutes. You guys are now small sized as opposed to being tiny. And with that, you can see on the table opposite you, there are like a bunch of different implements. There are like paring knives. There's like a meat tenderizer. There's like a couple of cleavers on there, and there's a bunch of like shish kebab sticks too. So that's there, but this guy is also right beside you, on your right, doing his thing, making his nachos.
So I can definitely get over there without being seen, but I might need a distraction or something.
I can distract.
I
can distract. We can't see what he's working with, can we?
You can see he's kind of working with he's got some chips that he's loading onto trays, and you can see he's got a bunch of like shredded cheese in a huge bowl. On the other side of you, there is something sizzling, smells meaty. And for Rochelle, who probably has some kitchen experience, you would recognize like this is like a flat top grill. So that is
something greasy, no doubt.
very greasy, extremely, extremely greasy. And in fact, on the prep counter with all the weapons, you also see a little squeeze bottle of something that's like bright yellow. That's like next to the grill.
Okay, what I can do is make it smell like something is burning somewhere.
Okay.
So you just You ladies tell me where.
I guess behind him, if we could get him to turn around, and then we could run past.
Like behind him, like where you guys came from?
Yeah, is there any... What's on the opposite side of the kitchen? So he's got a flat grill there.
There's flat top sort of at the end. He is right where there's a broiler. And there is sort of, if you want to just turn around on the same station, so he's facing a different direction, there's a fryer opposite him. Like his back is to a fryer right now. Yeah, there's that. There's also another fryer. The fryer where you guys just started out at is sort of like in front of him, sort of the opposite way where you guys are trying to go.
Yeah, I say if we do it at the fryer behind him, get him to turn around, look the other way.
Okay. Yeah.
Druidcraft.
Druidcraft. All right. He gets an excellent perception check, and he smells it, and he's like, Tina, it's bad. Oh, it's really bad. And he turns around to look at what's going on. And
Bob, like from Bob's Burgers. Tina.
Gonna bolt. Just bolt and run to the other table.
Yeah.
I follow.
Okay, so you're bolting, like you're going past him and around the prep table.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You managed to do that. You pass by like a chip hopper, like those huge things that are holding tortilla chips. And you can hear, you don't even need to make a perception check. There's like lots of like squeaks and stuff going on in here. It's like, this is a colony. Something's happening. And you make it to the next corner, and what you see is Tina. You see a beleaguered chef. She's kind of crunched over. She's got her hat on. She's got some blonde hair that's up and back in a hairnet. And she is at the stove at the very end of the station, and she's got like a skillet, and poof, there are desserts here. You can smell them very strongly. She is doing a thing with a skillet, and she like pours some caramel sauce onto it, and all the while she's talking to somebody through the expo window. And he's all like, did you see last night's show? Yeah, it's pretty great, wasn't it? Yeah, liked it. Did you like it? I was thinking of you. And she's just like, Gary, stop. God damn it. So that's what she's doing. That is what you see. There are a number of sauces. There's a whole sauce bank right beside her of about 12 sauces all together. Right there. That is where you are.
So
Table flip.
yeah, Poof originally be talking. She's like, it's crazy how it just suddenly smells like it's burning in the. There's chocolate.
Poof.
There's chocolate.
Poof. Hold it together, Poof.
I can't. You see her like revving up like a bull, like kicking behind her, and she's like, I gotta go, and just like runs and bolts over, and she'll try to do this like a little bit like sneakily and like gracefully, so she doesn't make any noise. So maybe the woman who's cooking it will stay like connected with who she's talking to through the window, so she can get up to the stove and eat all things.
Okay.
As she bolts, I'm gonna try to like at least put my hands on her and cast invisibility. At least no one will see you while you're.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like suicide for desserts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so make a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so with advantage, I rolled a 16 both times, plus 7, so that's, what is that, 23? I think?
23. Yeah.
I do math. Hello.
All right. So Tina rolled a 4. So she's still just there. She's got this skillet. She gets done with it. She throws it through the expo window and she gets another skillet and she starts again. She starts putting this like mashes of like what looks to be like blueberry muffins into this skillet. Makes it hot and she's just like listening to this guy and not paying attention to what she's doing. So when you get past her, what you find on like in like a bucket on the floor, there is like a 5-gallon bucket of brownies down there.
Oh my god. Okay.
And Gary, you would recognize this, or Jerry, you would recognize this as one of Gary Fetty's. I'm so sorry. One of Gary Fetty's signature desserts, which is basically a 5-gallon bucket of brownies, and you get to keep the bucket.
So Poof is like invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like all you see is suddenly like a huge like dent in the brownies. Like she's cannonballed like onto this and doesn't fit entirely in it because she's growing, but she doesn't care. So like head first, and then there's just like brownie crumbs kind of like flying out as if someone took like a weed whacker and just shoved it into this bucket and just let it go.
Awesome. So as you eat these brownies, you start to feel so good about yourself, as everyone does when they eat a brownie. Yes. They taste kind of like those brownies that you get like single serve in a like a 7-Eleven. But they do the trick. You now have advantage on saves versus fear for the next 10 minutes. And so while you are there, so you are like right behind Tina, and to your left is the sauce bank. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Jerry, as she sees like little bits of brownie just spraying out of this bucket, is going to sigh tremendously. There were tenderizers and cleavers in this area.
Yes, there are, sort of like beyond the pretty much where you are on the prep table. There are meat cleavers. There is a what is called like a butcher's baton. It's like a really long sort of like scimitar thing. There's meat tenderizers.
Jerry is just going to sigh and load up. She's just grabbing cleavers, sticking them to herself. She's got a meat tenderizer.
All right. Nice. So yeah, the cleavers are like axes. The sword, like the saber baton, is like a great sword for you right now. The meat tenderizer is like a big hammer. It acts as those parts of equipment. So you're eating.
Switch out this toothpick for maybe like a couple paring knives, steak knives, something like that.
Yeah, sure. So
more dangerous than a toothpick.
Yeah. Well, your toothpick grew with you, so now it's like 2 feet long. But sure, yeah. You can get a couple of paring knives if you want. All right. And what's Marcy doing?
I'm just waiting to see what everyone else is doing. Okay. I really like my piece of wood.
Nice. Yes. All right. So you are eating. Tina is still here. She does make another stealth check as you're chowing down. Poof.
Oh, yes. I was very distracted by the roast. Okay, that's a 15.
A 15? All right. She still doesn't quite notice you. So you guys, if you want to, you can check out some other stuff if you want to. There are a couple of sauces close to where all the weapons were.
Oh, good. Okay. I would like to do something now.
Okay.
So Tina's not paying attention to us at all.
No.
I would like to... Ladies, I think we need to get to the other side of this person, and I don't want to get caught, but if perhaps we can overthrow these sauces and create crazy wetness on the ground so that they could slip and fall and have an accident. I'm really excited about this accident thing.
People can like perk up at hearing this, and so she's not done with all the brownies, so she'll like scoop them all up, so you just see like a floating ball of brownies like just barreling towards all of you, and then you hear like a like very muffled whisper because she's got brownies all in her mouth. She's like, I thought that maybe we could share, and she's like trying to divvy them out to all of you, and she's like, these make me feel so good. And so after she's like distributed these brownies, she's like, okay, I'm ready for the plan.
There's dairy in there.
I like this accident plan, but I also want to point out that Tina seems as much of a victim as anybody in here. So if there's a way to preserve Tina, she also seems like the one making the desserts. So that might, if we just preserve Tina, we can get rid of cousin Gary, and Poof will be okay too.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't want to take the chance that, she hits her head and bleeds out and becomes a whole thing. I feel a little bad about that.
Yeah, well, if you put it that way, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if one of these
Maybe we
sauces
can
is
lure her away from her station first before we pour sauce everywhere. Like with a trail of brownies or something.
Yes!
So, if you're looking around your greater sort of area, I want to make sure I do point out opposite where Tina is, on like the other side of the room, there is the walk-in. Might be useful. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. We could trap her in there for a little bit, just until business is done.
That's a good idea. Poof.
Poof! Yes!
She's like a Pokemon.
Poof, make a trail.
Poof makes a trail. And so just is looking back at you for directions, and she needs you to be like, be a GPS, like head southwest, and she's like putting like crumbs just like wherever you tell her to. Some of it accidentally, some of it she doesn't mean to. So it's just a lot of things are happening.
I like that we're treating this grown human woman like a pigeon or something.
She's like a 5 intelligence. Like,
that's fine. I'm gonna run over to the quietly walk over to the walk-in and have that door open. If I can reach the handle and open it.
Oh yeah, you're rapidly getting bigger, you all. So you guys are like, you're somewhere in between small and medium at this point.
Okay.
Oh, so we're all huddling under the table.
We're kind of like just trying to crouch there as carefully as you can. Yeah, so you want to open the walk-in?
Yes.
Okay. You open the walk-in. Make me a con save.
Not bad. A 21.
Nice. So you narrowly avoid being nauseated as this door flings open and you get a burst of not only cool air, but the scent of like, have you guys ever had like a bag of potatoes and you've let it go too long and like this, like the sickly sweet smell of like potatoes and onions that have been there just too much, and they shouldn't have even been in a fridge to begin with. You hear that, audience? Don't put your potatoes in the fridge.
Jerry, gross. Jerry turns around and just mouths to the group, we can't keep her in here.
Who's just like, why? Why not? What's wrong?
So she notices right away. It's like you can tell. It's like in a cartoon where like the gassiness just like gets under her nose, and she goes, "Oh God damn it! Who let this thing open again?" And she walks really quickly into the walk-in. She looks around. She's like, "Is that you, Ramon? Are you back yet?" What do you guys do?
I panic and close the door.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna give her a perception check to see if she knows what's happening. she does, and she looks at you for a second.
I'm so
as
sorry.
you're shutting the door, and she says, "Poppers? Oh, not again!" And and you can hear her through the door. She's like, "Frickin' Ramon!" And so she's in there. She's trying to get out. Are you guys gonna?
Yeah, let's.
I'm like leaning
run over
against
and, like
the
hold
door.
onto the door.
Okay, so she's mostly on the dessert station, so she's not very strong. It'll be hard for her. Make a strength check, Jerry.
I got a 16 on the die, plus I've got lots of strength.
Nice.
Assist her.
20.
Okay, so she is in there. What were you guys gonna do next?
Poof will take this golden opportunity to eat more desserts.
All the brownies you'd put down on the floor.
No one is stopping her.
Yes.
Beeline, absolute beeline for the empty dessert place. I want to try all the sauces. I want to try everything in every skillet. Put it all in my mouth.
Oh my. Okay. If you are eating all of the sauces,
Rapid tasting.
a rapid tasting. So I am going to say that because these things are very powerful, this is magic. It is difficult to have all of them working at the same time. Sometimes weird things happen. So I'm going to, we're not going to go fast forward through like 12 different sauces. I'm just going to say this is the equivalent of rolling 100 on the saucy miscability table.
Uh-oh.
Which means one of them will be permanent and none of the rest will work. So I need you to roll me a D8.
Okay. I'm scared. A 1.
Oh. All right. You chose ranch.
Hell
Everybody loves ranch. So you have a permanent cold breath. That works in addition to your grease meat breath, because that is a whole other thing. You can use that. It works as like the Dragonborn breath weapon works. And you have that forever for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Popsicles.
Yep.
Poop is a danger.
Yes.
Jerry needs to put her on a leash. I feel like Jerry's the only one that tried to rein her in.
Oh.
Jerry's like, no.
All right. And you can hear you can hear through the expo window, Gary's like, "Come on, girl. Like, what? I offend you?" He's like, he just thinks that she left because she was done with his shit. What do the rest of you do? We still have Tina in the walk-in, and Jerry is holding the door.
I'm probably gonna try and like reach out with my foot or something to hook like a little rolling table to push against the door so we don't have to stay here.
Okay.
And
Yeah, there's yes. Mercy?
I could just mold earth
keep her there forever. I like it.
to kind of mold it up so it creates like a doorstop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She could that poppers are
Can
people.
I? May I?
Yes, I'm gonna rule that food is the same as earth because eventually it is.
I mean the ground.
There is, I suppose, yes, there could be
Dirt or stone.
stone. Stone works. The tiles. You can change the tiles.
My attitude about Tina changed a lot when she knew what we were.
Yeah, I really don't care if she gets out now.
I love that. I love it. Turn on a dime. It's classic. All right, so Tina is in there. You can hear some faint shouting and some retching. Sid is back to his nacho game. Let me see if he notices y'all. He doesn't. He's still like he's got his earbuds in. You can hear like an oons, oons, oons. He's a techno guy. And he's just doing his thing. So now you guys have all the desserts open. you have the whole sauce table open if you want to go check it out. Yeah?
Sauces.
Yes. So on these sauces, you could tell Rochelle, because, this is your job. There is a lot of different sauce. There is a ranch. There is a buffalo sauce. There is aioli. There is barbecue. There is honey-like mustard. There's even in a warmer, there's some queso. There's some blue cheese dressing. And there's also a bunch of pickles. In addition, in a bowl next to the sauce thing, there's something that is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It is pure white. It is creamy. It almost looks like Crisco, only it's a little chunky.
Ugh.
And
I'm gonna poke at
and
it with
Jerry,
my stick.
Jerry, make me an insight check.
I'm excited about the pickles.
It's 8.
8. Oh, you know that this has something to do with donkeys.
What?
Donkeys.
Oh, no.
Donkeys.
Yes. Let's see. The rest of you can make an insight check since you are familiar with that. Have that insight check, but hold on for a second because I think we're about to see Lindy again.
Yay!
Yay!
I remembered on mute. Hi guys. We just hit $1,000. Everyone has been so awesome. So this means, in addition to everyone getting magical weapons, everything 16 or higher is considered a crit now. So
Yeah.
use that to your advantage, players, and keep up the good work. We are 2/3 of the way to our goal.
That is so cool. You guys, thank you so much. You're doing great things for this awesome organization. So all the weapons that you all just got, they are +2 weapons. All of them. They are the prettiest knives. Tina has spent some serious bank on her knives. These are like Japanese folded steel. Beautiful things. And what also shows up there is the most beautiful rolling pin you've ever seen in your life, Marcy. If you're interested.
I am interested.
There you go. It's like inlaid with ebony. It's really pretty. Yes. Yes, Tina.
Toss my toothpick. It's not pepper. It doesn't have enough cinnamon on it.
Perfect.
What does it act as?
It acts as probably like a club or a quarterstaff +2. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. You can do some damage with a good rolling pin. For sure.
Right.
All right. So you've got donkey sauce. You've got all of these other sauces. Those of you who are familiar with Gary Fetty, yet another one of his signature dishes is tableside donkey sauce. So, but there are some other things. They pickle some things and some other stuff in the donkey sauce. Like it's a multi-use item. So those are your choices if you'd like to partake.
I will quietly scoot up to the pickles because I have a weakness for pickles.
Okay.
And
all right. You have this pickle. It tastes like the best, low rent, fluorescent green pickle chip that you would get in a barbecue joint off the highway. You have acid breath, and that is 2d10 +3. You can use it 3 times.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jerry is suspicious of this white chunky sauce, so she's gonna stick her finger in it and lick it.
Okay, make me a con save.
15 plus 5, 20.
Perfect. You are not nauseated. What happens at this point is something which is completely unlike anything you've ever seen before. All of a sudden around you in a 15-foot radius, there arises the celestial spiritual forms of donkeys. Not only donkeys, these are donkeys which are dressed in all sorts of costumes. There is one in a police outfit. There is one that's dressed up like they're a member, like a member of the Navy. I can't look at Satine. You're making me laugh. There are 5 of them which are dressed up like the Spice Girls. Like there's a construction worker donkey, and they are braying and kicking. And you have donkey spirit guardians. It works. It works as the spell of spirit guardians. And it does force damage instead of celestial or necrotic.
Jerry is just gonna kind of look around like, yep, just with a family recipe. Yep, this is donkey sauce.
Totally not surprised at all.
Yeah.
All right. You have that. It lasts for 10 minutes. It's like the spell. Yeah.
I'm gonna try some of the buffalo sauce because I want to see if I can maybe burn the taste of grease meat out of my mouth.
The buffalo sauce. The buffalo sauce handily does that. It is like your bog standard buffalo sauce. You get fire breath.
Oh.
2d10 plus 3. You can use it 3 times.
It's quite burny. Maybe it'll burn out the food poisoning I'm sure I have now. While I'm
not sure
that,
you
I'm
did.
gonna ask Jerry to explain what the hell is donkey sauce. What part of the
It's a family recipe, although it seems like he's added a few ingredients. I don't remember the Spice Girl donkeys.
That's a new one. There was a promo in like 98. That's how we added that. Yeah.
So we've got his chefs occupied, and I think he's on the other side of this window. Do we have a plan? Are we just going to take him out?
I don't know. We're getting bigger, but do you think we're big enough to take him at this point? We like trick him in here or something?
I have an idea. Okay, so I was saying, like, I have this crazy idea where I think you should either throw me or I jump through the window, and in mid-jump, I turn into an elk and stampede him. Also,
like
acid breath.
I like the visual of that.
Are there people in the restaurant? I mean, I can't imagine that there are, but are there?
Well, there are doors from the expo window. There are doors out to the dining room that, if you look through the expo window, you can see the little like pug nose that you recognize as your relative, Gary Fetty. He's just like right there. He's like, "Can I get some nachos? Here, come on." And he's still completely oblivious. You can't see beyond the doors to the dining room.
But as long as we're not elk stampeding and acid breathing innocent people, that was my main concern.
Yeah. Make perception checks.
2.
12.
17.
Oh, Marcy, nobody else really hears anything. Marcy hears some some music, like Fern Bar music. Like you might hear, I don't know, like what's Smash Mouth or something. And you might hear like a very faint like hee haw. And that's it. That's all you hear.
I say nothing. Nobody's out there, so it'll be fine.
I say we grab some of that butcher's twine and make like things that we can hang the sauces on, and we each grab like 5 sauces and we just run in there and sauce it up when we want to sauce it up.
What if we get our own sauces, and then when Marcy turns into an elk, we ride upon her and squirt them everywhere. Except the ones that I want to keep so I can eat them later. Keep me a snack size one, and the rest we squirt everywhere.
I think you should know that I now have acid breath from this. I can feel it's like it's like a heartburn, and I
Pickles
feel
were that
like
bad.
yeah, they were actually pretty decent, but I don't know if we should give that to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want them. I mean, unless we're like putting it right in their eyes or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Buffalo sauce in the eyes.
Little blinding, a little accident.
I mean, yeah, I don't have a better plan than
I don't think there is a better
Elk
plan.
attack.
This is the one.
This
This
is the
is
one.
what we do. I'm ready. With my sauce.
I'm gonna
I
go
would say
grab
ranch.
like tiptoe past. Was it Ramon? Tiptoe past, grab butcher's twine, and create like a bandolier of sauces.
All right, do a quick stealth check. We'll see if Sid notices you. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
10 plus some stuff. 12.
Oh, he got an 11.
Oh,
Wonderful.
okay.
Ooh. Yeah. That's good.
Um,
That's a relief for Sid.
I'm gonna grab the donkey sauce,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a bunch of other sauces there.
Yep. There is ranch, buffalo, aioli, barbecue, honey mustard, queso.
Oh, I'm gonna grab the donkey sauce, aioli, and honey like mustard,
Okay. Yes, the honey like mustard.
and I'm gonna tie them to myself.
Okay.
So I can recharge with whatever fun things these might be.
Nice.
Does
All right.
anyone else want to tie sauce to themselves?
I have my cake belt. I can sacrifice a cake hole for some ranch.
Oh,
I'm willing to give that up for you.
willing to sacrifice your cake hole.
Someone
is-
please fill my cake hole. I'm here for
With
serious
donkey
business.
sauce.
I just want to get out, and if we're gonna get out, one of you has to fill.
Oh, please, somebody clip this for RPGN in a couple weeks.
All right. Then I guess I'll pick up Marcy in my arms. And are we ready to do this?
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm going to jump in front of the expo window and say, Nacho this. And I'm going to toss Marcy at Cousin Gary.
All
And-
right.
I have a set of things I would like to do as I leap from Jerry's arms.
Yes. What would you like to do?
Okay, so what I want to do is, as I'm jumping, I would like to bonus action spirit totem on the other side of the wall. Let's see, it is the hawk spirit. So I can give reaction as my reaction, I grant advantage to when my friends attack. And then as my regular action, as I'm going through the window, then I wild shape into an elf.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to say that you get a surprise round on Gary.
Yay.
Yes. So yes, you can do that. Make an acrobatics check to try to get through the window because it's like 2 feet.
Oh
Or
my
maybe you need
God.
to make like a throw check. Are you throwing her?
I am throwing her. So I could either make a check or I could help her in leaping.
Well, that's up to you. I'm happy with either.
Maybe a help.
Yeah, I'm going to
help.
like help with the boost I'm giving you.
Awesome.
Okay, so acrobatics. Well, okay, we'll see what happens. Well, that was a natural 20 for my
Oh.
first
Awesome.
roll. So it doesn't get better than that.
No, it does not. So you put down your totem and you leap through this expo window. There's a flurry of tickets in your wake. And you knock some nachos and some like turkey burgers on the floor. And you land on all 4 hoofy feet It's this beautiful, graceful elk in a disgusting commercial kitchen. And there you are looking at a man that you know well. He is short and pudgy. He is wearing a black shirt with flames coming up from the bottom. It's the buttons of it strain against his swollen belly. His face is pimpled and sweaty. And his hair is, you can't tell what color it initially was because the tips have been so frosty for so long. And atop his head, you can see he has beautiful, bright blue Oakleys, which are affixed so tightly to his face it is almost impossible to see a way to get them off. That is what you see in your elk form. This is Gary Fetty. Now, do you get to make an attack at that point, or was that your whole action to wild shape?
Well, my action was wild shape. I was hoping to land upon him, but I'm patient.
Oh, okay. In that case, then Gary's going to get a reaction. And what he is going to do is he is going to look at you for a second. He's going to say, "Shut the front door!" And he's going to grab some nachos. And he's going to run into the dining room.
Oh no!
To literally shut the front door.
Yep. That is what he's doing. He waddles away. This is not a man who runs very often.
I do have a move action, correct?
Yes, you do.
Well, then I would like to chase after him.
All right. As you enter the dining room, what you see is a dimly lit dining room. There's a cheaply carpeted floor in sort of like a black and white zigzag pattern. There are white curtains surrounding the entire thing. There's no door apparent. But the whole place is lined with these half-eaten and empty plates. And you can see in the center of this room, there is only one patron here. It has 6 arms that end in black pincers. It has stumpy legs that are in a permanent crouch over a chair that's supporting its massive fat rolled tail. It is sweaty. It is greasy. It has purple skin. It has wings, which could not possibly support its weight. And it is sitting here, shoving food into its round mouth, which is rigid and tooth-lined. And somehow it's cutting all the food into ribbons like a food processor. Small bits fly out as it's doing this. And you can see beside it that there is a donkey in a French maid costume. Looking as if it disapproves, but it's kind of used to it by now. Tableside donkey sauce is a really good seller. Like these donkeys, they're pros. This monstrous thing, it's not paying any attention to you as it picks up like one of those 5-gallon buckets of brownies that Poof just went through and just starts like shoving it in. And you can see Gary running past. He is just past this thing. And he's running to the one small door that you do see.
Are there marshmallows on the end of its wingtips?
Yes. And there's a kielbasa or something like that. There's a kielbasa somewhere. Yes. Yes.
You don't want to know where. You don't want to know where my kielbasa is.
Yes.
That's like a third date revelation.
Yes. If you make it to date 3, you get to find out where my kielbasa is. So yeah, he is about 2/3 of the way to. There's one little door at the corner of the dining room that you can see, and he's making his way there.
I follow as much as I can until my friends can
Okay.
follow.
Why don't we take initiative now?
Oh my god, and that one.
I got a 3.
Oh my gosh.
I got a 9.
I mean, it's a 5 total, but it's a nat 1 again.
I also got a 9.
Okay, what are y'all's dexes?
I have a 12.
Oh, +2.
All right, so it will be Jerry and then Marcy. And Poof was 5.
Yeah.
And what is Rochelle?
3.
3.
Three.
Oh, not a 3.
Combination of 3 and 5.
All right. Oh, Gary. Gary did really well. He got a 21. Somehow, this little roly-poly big. So, if that's the case, he is going to run into his room. And when he does, he is going to thrust the door open, and what you see is something which was probably once an office that is piled high with bills, but is piled just as high with old food. Just mountains and mountains of old food. And he turns around and he says to you, "The king of Flavortown wears a nacho crown." And he puts these nachos up and anoints himself with this crown.
Oh
and
my god.
And his belly falls and flops out as he does this. And the second this happens, the patron, as if hearing a clarion call, goes up and turns around and stares at Fetty and runs to him. And from the top down, puts his mouth on Gary Fetty. And as if Gary Fetty was in an open blender, he is eaten in a single round. And then this... Just go with it, you guys. Just go with it. This can't be the thing that's like, this is too much.
This is where I draw the line.
And this thing, which looks almost like if you've ever seen a picture of like a mite that like infests your eyelashes, it just stands there going, "Ooh." And that is what it does this round.
I'm no longer hungry.
I haven't been hungry in weeks, you guys. All right. Next up is Jerry. You are probably 1.5 move actions away.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am going... Go away, cat. My cat knew that we were starting a fight, so she's like, I came out of hiding now. Okay. I, with my extra barbarian movement, I have a move speed of 40. I'm going to rush into the dining room.
Mhm.
And I'll use some extra movement if I have to get this creature in my 15-foot radius of donkeys.
Okay.
I'd like to avoid the actual donkey in the room if I can.
Oh yeah, the donkey looks at you. There's a glint of hope in its eyes before it fades away.
Hopeful donkey.
And it just sort of walks away from this whole mess. There's ample room to spare the donkey.
Okay.
The French-made donkey. Yes.
Awesome. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to kind of like stomp the foot of my baton on the ground, and I'm going to rage. I am an ancestral barbarian, so all the Fettys of the past rise out of the ground around me, and I'm going to point my great sword or my meat baton at this creature, and I'm going to say, Gary, we know you're in there. In the name of all the Fettys, we have come to cleanse the family name.
Are they all like wearing like, that's so awesome. Are they all wearing like the same awful shirts? Do they all have like frosted tips? What did the Fetty family
Yeah,
look
we do. I mean, the look wasn't always bad. It became bad.
It was popular.
Okay, awesome. So if the thing is in your radius, it needs to make a wisdom save, right?
Yes.
And then I believe it's 3d8.
That sounds right, but I'm gonna look it up for just in case. What is the save? Is it based off of one of my stats?
I believe it's based off of, we can say it's whatever like your main like barbarian stat is.
Okay. So then it's like DC 14.
DC 14. Alrighty. It just barely misses, so it saves for half.
Okay. So
Mhm.
3d8. 5, 6, 4, so 11, 15. So half is 7.
All right. 7. It takes a hit to the side by a donkey that's like dressed up as like a sexy school teacher.
Yeah.
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 Alrighty.
And that's my turn.
All right. Next is Marcy.
I would like. So I actually am over 20 feet away from this creature, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're probably about 25 feet away.
Okay, so the breath is an action, correct?
The breath is an action. Now, if you keep on eating things, those are going to be bonus actions.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is not charge the thing. Gently kind of trot up
Mm-hmm.
and then stand in front of this thing and then vomit acid at it.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
like an elk walking through a dining hall. Click, 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 click. Blah.
This is totally normal. This is fine. Okay. That was what? 2d10 plus 3?
Yes, it is. That is that's a 12 damage.
Nice. I'm gonna do like a dex save for half, just in case, and it fails. So you said 12?
Yes.
Alrighty.
What an elk sound.
What would an elk sound like if it's barfing? This is
Like a cat, like what?
Yes, Lindy's telling us in chat that elks scream and then growl, and it's scary.
I don't want to do that though. I'm not gonna do that.
That's fine. Is that your turn?
Mhm.
Okay. That is your turn, then Gary's going to take a legendary action and do a claw attack on you. And let me see. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh.
Yes. So that is 2d10. 4 and 8. There's 12. You take 16 piercing damage plus. No, I don't want to do that. I said I was. No. Not do that. Never mind. Everything's fine.
I think that changes me back.
Oh, yeah?
I only had 13 hit points.
All right.
Is that how that works? I've never really played Wild Shape.
Yeah, you change
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
Okay.
You change back.
But then I take the rest of the damage, right? 3 damage.
Mm-hmm. That's how I'm pretty sure it works.
Thanks, science.
All right. Next up is Poof. You are about 50 feet away from all of this, still in the dining room.
Okay, so I guess what I need to do is use my move to get as close as I can, and then can I also use my bonus action, my cunning action, to dash and get...
Yeah, you can get all the way there.
To it. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna get up to it, and I want to use my the short sword that I have now.
Yes.
And just stab it. Just stab it.
All right. Your +2 short sword? Yes.
Yes. My +2 short sword that I'm gonna stab.
All righty. Have at it.
That is I'm doing math, and math is happening. That's 18.
18 to hit. All right. That hits.
Okay.
That
Sweet.
hits.
Okay, and so am I within 5 feet of an ally as well, so I can add some sneak attack?
Yeah, you're right next to Marcy.
Yes. Okay. This is so many d6s. I'm just gonna use roll 20 because I only have one d6. I need to roll a lot of them.
That is fine.
Okay.
Internet needs to get you more D6.
I just moved here and I only brought one set of dice with me, so it's a whole complicated thing.
I gotta send you some dice.
Everyone send me some dice.
18 damage?
Yes.
Alrighty. All right. Is that everything you're doing? Okay. If that's the case, then it is Rochelle's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run through the dining area. And so it's about 50 feet from where we're at.
Yeah.
Maybe about 20 feet away. Will I have line of sight directly?
Yes. This thing, when it came in, it sort of like broke down the door to this office. And so there's like this huge gaping hole where there's like this like dining room. And now there's just like this disgusting restaurant office. If anybody's ever worked in a restaurant, you know the gross little business office. It's that, but it's full of food.
I'm sure it's extra gross because this place is gross.
Mm-hmm. It smells like an IHOP died in here.
IHOP.
So,
Politically correct.
I'm gonna use one of my force breath charges from the grease meat.
Okay.
I'm gonna cough up grease onto this guy.
All right. It makes let's say that I can make a dex save DC like 15. We're gonna say that that's what it is to avoid it. It fails, so it takes full damage.
11 plus 5, 9 plus 5 is 14. 16 plus 14 is 30.
Oh my.
30.
hot damn!
All
What's
right.
this, donkey?
This thing goes "Ugh," as you push it back, taking all that force damage with it. But it's stubby little legs. Looks like a toddler's legs, like with like rows and stuff. But it's like a bloated tick at the same time.
I bet it jiggles.
It does. It jiggles like Jello
Oh.
as it happens. They're kind of like pudding, a little bit like more like pudding than Jello. All right. Is that the end of your
action? Yes.
All righty. That means we are at the top of initiative. It is this creature's turn. And what happens on this turn, this creature starts to go,
Oh,
Oh
no.
God.
No.
and it starts to crouch over. And it
Back up.
not only, you think it's going to barf, but what happens is it grows, its neck elongates and grows out, and a new head emerges, but it is a familiar one to you. It is the head of Gary Fetty. His arms and legs get a little longer, and his wings get bigger. And this Fetty, his ugly, hideous shirt is still on him.
Oh my god.
He is almost dragon-like. His frosted tips extend in a crest all the way down to the end of his tail.
What have you done, Dungeon Master? What have you done?
I'm just following the pictures that Eric made when he made the meme. It's not me. And he looks at all of you and he's like, I'm in it to win it.
I hate you.
I love you too, Ani. And so who's in front of him? Marcy is there. Poof is there. Jerry's not quite there, are you?
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet. All right. So in that case, Gary is going to try to give one of you a bite. He's going to try to bite Poof. Yeah, with his with his little face with his soul patch, it's coming right up on you. Oh, an 11 doesn't hit you, does it?
Nope.
All right, so he just gives you like an Iceman, like doesn't quite get you. And because he had his transformation right now, that is the only thing that he can do. However, next on the initiative is this place. And what you see coming in here is Sid runs through with a plate of buffalo wings. And he throws them, hurls them at Gary Fetty. And Gary Fetty opens his mouth and gets them all down. All right, that's what happens. Sid runs away. He's very tired. He's very scared, but he's also still listening to his techno music. Next, Jerry.
Jerry's gonna say, pick on someone your own family. Fetties, engage! And I'm gonna run forward with all of my ancestral Fetties and try and hit him with my great sword meat baton. I rolled a 16, which I believe is a crit right now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's 11 plus 6 is so 17 slashing damage, I guess. And then all of the ancestral Fetties crowd around Gary, and if he tries to attack anyone except me, he has disadvantage. Also, if he does successfully hit someone else, y'all have resistance to whatever damage he's doling out.
Ooh.
And then my extra attack is a 17.
Ooh, that hits.
Great.
Wow.
Everyone send more stuff. 11, so 18.
That hits.
That's 18 damage.
Oh, 18 damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I think you'd mentioned if we eat stuff, it's a bonus action.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna take that barbecue sauce I had from the beginning, and I'm going to slam the bag that I made on top of Poof, covering her in a massive amount of barbecue sauce and giving her haste.
All right, so barbecue sauce just like runs down your face, and for a second, it's like Carrie. There's just like stuff all over you, and you have haste. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yay!
Yay! Nice. Alrighty. Gary's going to take a legendary action, and he is going to pick up beside him. There is a massive pile of bacon, and he's going to shove it in his mouth. And as he does, you can see some of the like contusions and wounds on him start to vanish as he eats this bacon.
No.
And if you look around, you see there's bacon everywhere. So he is going to heal back some damage. And it is Marcy's turn.
I am tired of vomiting. So I primal savagery cantrip and just attempt to attack this terrible creature. I would like to reaction the Hawk Spirit to gain advantage on that roll.
Yeah.
All right, that is a 19 to hit for 2d10 acid damage.
Nice. Hits.
Oh wait, it's 10. That is 11 acid damage.
11 acid. All right. He takes it. He's like, oh. Ooh,
With my
right on.
claws. I make sushi out of you.
You'll be like, girl, why do you gotta be like that? Hey, girl. Okay. That's what he does. Are you done?
Yeah.
All set? All right. It is Poof's speedy little turn.
Yes. Okay. So what I want to do, what I'm going to try to do is I want to climb the body of this creature. I want to get up to it and climb up to the top. And as it's like opening its mouth to chew this bacon, I just want to like use my breath weapon like into his mouth. I want to try and induce vomiting this way. I'm gonna get all up in it.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So
Tell me how you feel about this.
I think that's really cool. Let's see. How do we do that? I think probably like an acrobatics check. You might suffer an attack of opportunity. Maybe?
It might slip off of me because I'm barbecued.
You are very barbecued.
I'm very, very barbecued
You're
right
super speedy. So you need to make let's say an acrobatics check.
Okay. That is 19.
Ooh, that is good. So yeah, we'll say you get all the way up to the top of him.
Yes.
That would take your entire move. And he might try to swipe at you.
With disadvantage because of the ancestral things.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Okay. Then he does. What is it? He does 11 damage to you.
Okay, but I also have uncanny dodge.
Ooh.
So if it's an attack that I can see, I can half it.
Yes, you can see it.
So I will do
like-
that. Aha.
Mhm.
And now I want to breathe into his mouth.
Gross.
That's really gross.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're trying to like make out with Gary Fetty is what's happening. It seems like.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's moving all around.
Yeah. Well, I will go for it.
Mhm.
Ah, I dropped my only one.
Oh no.
I gotta pick it up with my toes. Give me a minute. I got it.
I believed in you. I knew you could do it.
And that is a 16, which is a crit.
Yay!
No! It's great.
Yes. Okay. So a lot of things are going to be happening right now. I'm going to roll so many dice, and I'm going to double them, and it's going to be amazing. Everyone just, oh my lord. 33.
33 damage.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay.
Frank.
All right, so you got that. Is that your whole thing, or do you have other stuff you can do because you're hasted?
Oh, can I go even faster?
Yeah.
Can I
Got
do
like one extra attack action.
Yeah, one extra attack.
To stab it in the mouth then.
Stab
Okay.
it in the
We're
mouth.
aiming- Ooh, we can even try to like cut the tongue off or at least damage the taste buds so maybe his eating is less effective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to cut the tongue out of Gary Fetty,
Uh-huh.
you know, star of stage and screen and food. Yes.
That's what I want. All right,
Okay.
here we go. Woo! It's a 15, so I'm crap. 15 plus some other stuff.
Well, that hits.
Okay, cool.
His AC is like 16.
Yes, and then can I add sneak attack to this? Can I please?
Well, yeah, because all your people are like right there.
I'm just checking. I want to make sure.
Yeah, he's occupied.
Sweet. Okay, so that is that. I'm typing it. Everyone just hang tight. What's happening? Hang on, I did it wrong. I'm coming. Just, I'm coming. A 20 damage.
20 damage. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
This monster thing is looking fairly beat up already. All right. If that is the end
That's
of
it.
your turn,
Oh wait,
then
wait, one more thing. I'm so sorry I interrupted you. That was so
that's
rude.
okay.
One more
What's
thing.
up?
I want to use my cunning action to dash off of his body now because I'm scared to stay there.
Yeah, that's a wise idea. Okay, so take your dash action. You're gonna need to make another acrobatic check to make sure you don't fall down.
Oh sweet lord, okay.
Because you are saucy and he is greasy.
Woo, 17 plus like 7, so
Yeah, you do it.
24.
You dash right down like
I
you've
feel
been.
so good right now. I feel high right now. Turn.
How much damage was that
That
total?
was like
50 something?
50 something.
It's like 50 something damage.
I feel so good.
That was 40. That was 64 damage.
Whoa!
That's awesome. Sweet. Okay. As his legendary action, Gary he's mad at you. And so what he is going to do is he's going to say, "Girl, you're from Crazy Town. That's right next to Flavortown. And with that, somehow that hurts your feelings because you don't want to be associated with any of this. And you need to make a DC 14 wisdom save as this really lame insult hits you with both its meanness and lameness.
That was terrible.
I know, right? I have a whole list. I picked the worst one.
Yes.
All right. So DC 14 wisdom save to poof. He's Gary Fetty is saying mean things to you, lame things to you, and you need to make a DC 14 wisdom save because he's viciously mocking you in the only way he knows how, which is via terrible out of context.
He's very
things.
weak in this department. Oh no. Eight.
An 8?
Yeah.
All right, you take 8 damage, psychic damage, as you're like, this is just so bad. I can't believe people watch. And then it is Rochelle's turn.
So, standing back, just watching all of this, like, this is so horrifying. So I'm gonna try to throw a couple Eldritch Blasts at this guy.
Yeah.
Like, look out, guys! That's a terrible failure. And let's see, I got a 10, and then this one's 17. So that's
That-
great.
that's great.
Ooh. So
Well,
one hit.
can I did I already react? I guess I already did the reaction. Never mind. Oh man.
Okay, so the one that hits, 7 damage.
All right.
And you said there was bacon everywhere?
There is bacon everywhere. It's like littered almost like wood chips on a playground. There's just bacon everywhere.
I'm just gonna reach out and grab some bacon off a surface, just kind of
Okay, make a con save.
in my crumbs. I rolled a 1.
Okay, well you have trichinosis, but it's fine for now.
Just add that to the salmonella. It's fine.
You might want to preemptively go to a hospital.
Going to, be eating through a tube for a long time. That's why I don't eat in restaurants like this.
All right, so let's say that works. Let's say you manage to eat 3 pieces, so that acts like a 3, like level 3 healing potion.
Okay. So I wasn't gonna eat it yet. I was gonna maybe
Oh, sorry.
stick it on me, I guess, since I'm still crummy.
Oh, okay.
Don't really have pockets.
Oh, never mind. You don't have trichinosis because you didn't eat it yet. Spoilers.
Oh.
Oops.
Can't get that from just touching bad bacon.
I mean, there are some things you can get, but we don't need to get into all those now. They'll happen in their own time. All right. So if you do that, back at the top of the round, it is Gary Fetty's.
The celestial donkeys will attack him now.
Oh, okay. And what's the DC on that save? What did we just say?
14 wisdom save, please.
14 wisdom. He misses, so he takes max.
So 14 force damage.
Nice. This guy is looking very beat up. His wings now, they look like fried chicken skin that's been like in the fridge too long. They're just like floppy. He's just like, he's not doing great. So he decides you barfed into his mouth, Poof.
Yeah.
That's what happened. For charity, you barfed into his mouth. And so he is going to do some barfing of his own. So in let's see, in the direction of Jerry. because you're hurting his feelings by Jerry, hurting his feelings by making him feel like his whole family's against him. He is going to barf out the hot wings that he just ate at you. So you need to make a DC 14 con save.
Yes. I got a 15 on the die.
Nice. So you take half of 20 fire damage from these super spicy hot wings.
And raging, I care half as much as I normally would.
Oh my goodness. You've had hot wings barfed on you before. It's no biggie.
I am related to him. It's happened before.
You can't make it out of childhood in the Fetty family without having hot wings vomited on you by somebody you love.
Ew.
All right. So he's going to do that. And then he is going to try to make a claw attack at Marcy.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Thank you. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you take, let me see. You take 10.
But you are resistant to it, again, because all the Fettys are getting in the way.
Oh, yes.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks, Fennies. Other Fennies.
All right. He has used his bite because he barfed. He is done. Next is his lair. And so what's going to happen is he's going... one of these piles of like food and bills and stuff is going to fall down. And so on his side, closest to Audie, closest to Rochelle Ray's is now difficult terrain.
Oh, gross.
Yep.
Sandwiches and pills.
There's sandwiches and pills. There's like a half-eaten suckling pig in there. It's bad. That makes it Jerry's turn.
It's not too late, Gary. Put down your cooking utensils. Come back to the Fetty family farm and stay out of the limelight. And I will strike at him with my meat baton, but it is non-lethal damage.
Okay.
8 plus 9, so 17 for my first attack.
That hits.
10 plus, I forgot to add modifiers last time. So that's a total of 18. And then for my second attack, I don't think this will hit. It is a 14.
No, that doesn't hit.
I'm half-heartedly attacking him. I feel a little bad. Gary was a good kid. He went bad. He fell in with a bad crowd. The Food Network.
I know. They get you. They pull you right in. So how much damage does he?
So that was a total of 18.
Oh, total of 18.
Yeah. So I only hit him with the first one.
Okay. All right. He's looking pretty bad, but he's still up. Next is Poof. No, it's not Spart. Marcy. Sorry.
Okay. Can you please describe the entire scene one more time so I can place where everybody is exactly?
All right. So the way I envision it, Gary's in the middle, and if we are looking at Gary face on, then Marcy is at the far left, and then Poof is right in front, and then Jerry is sort of right in front where the other leg is, and then Rochelle is you're not in combat, you're further back.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Yeah, you're further back, sort of behind Poof, on this, sort of stuck in this pile of disgusting shit. Yeah.
Okay. What I would like to do is I would like to druidcraft, snap my fingers, igniting the grease behind Gary.
Ooh. Okay.
Because I mean, it's just covered in food and muck and stuff, and that whole thing is flammable, right?
It definitely is. Here in Flavortown, they fry everything in beef tallow, which is very, very good burner. Yes.
This whole place is I don't even know the word. It's terrible.
Burn it down.
Burn it down.
Thank you very much for thinking that. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. So you do that. I'm gonna say a little bit of it is sort of goes underneath him because he creates his own grease all the time. That's just part of his whole deal. And so we're gonna say he misses. He takes that full on. I'm gonna say it's like he's gonna take like another 10 fire damage from that. Does that seem about right? Yeah.
I don't have any fire. I just made that stuff up. Let's see.
Oh, you don't?
No, I just made up. Because I just ignite things on fire. So I was hoping to, but I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, I think it's cool. So I'm fine with it.
So it works.
I've been watching Preacher.
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay, any fire damage? Let's see. All right, I'll keep looking it up.
Yeah. We could say that all of those piles of stuff behind him kind of act like a compost heap that might be technically burning in the middle. It gets hot enough and little fires happen.
Okay.
What do we think? That can happen if you have a compost heap that's too big.
Compost heap indoors in your office.
And
you keep your compost heap inside.
I always keep my compost heap in my personal office. I don't know about you.
Would it be like a wall of fire? Would it be like
Whoa.
Whoa.
Fire, Jesus.
Firebolt?
I think it would probably act as just sort of like an area of fire, maybe like a patch, like 15-foot patch of fire. And I believe fire does some amount of d6s. Like I think it's like 2d6 or something like that.
Okay.
It seems about right.
Yeah.
From what I remember. Yeah? You
Sure.
go with that?
You're
Let's
the
go with
dungeon
that.
master.
I'm the dungeon. Satine Phoenix just called me the dungeon master. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say happens, and he takes 7 damage. All right. Do you move? Do anything else? Eat anything?
I move.
Okay.
Well, no. Yeah, I actually move back now because this whole thing is gross.
Yeah.
I stand next to Rochelle.
Okay. Great. In that case, then it is Poof's turn.
Okay. A lot of things could happen here. I'm still overwhelmed from last turn. I'm piecing together my plan of action. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna climb any more bodies today. You know?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of energy on that. So I think I might just, run back up and use my, I want to try and use my breath weapon again, just not, like, directly into his mouth. Yeah, I'm calm now. I'm chill.
Okay. And is that the force breath weapon from Greasemeat, or?
Yes, I have 2 more of those.
Okay.
Sugar crashing.
Yeah. Poof needs some more brownies or a nap.
You need a hug from somebody.
Yeah.
After that much sugar. All right. He fails to get out of the way. So that is 2d12 plus 5.
Excellent. Okay. I'm just gonna pull it up over here so I can type it in. 23.
23 damage?
Yes.
Oh my. with that force knocks him back. His back falls into the fire and the flames. And he says to himself, he says to Jerry, he says, I thought I was in it to win it.
I will hold his head.
Mm-hmm. And he will sort of have his last breath. Some blood trickles out of his mouth along with some queso. And he just sort of like, he gasps, and he says, I'm sorry, Jerry. I just wanted to be famous, and now I've let you all down. And with that, he gives one more breath, and he expires, and his Oakleys fall into your hand.
It's better this way, Gary. It's better this way.
Yes. All right.
I'd like to tap Rochelle on the back. God, this has been pretty crazy. I hope you feel better, and I'd like to protection from poison.
I'm starting to feel really, really bad. Like I might need a hospital later bad. And tell Jerry I'm sorry for your loss, I guess.
It's what we came here to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a people-eating monster, but
It's true.
it's family.
He's gonna fry us.
I like to think that like Proof wasn't even trying to use a breath weapon. Maybe she was trying to like reason with him. Didn't realize her breath was so bad, and now he's
Too many sus.
like,
Yeah.
I just came here to get cake, and she's like, "Why are you dying in front of me? Every time I say words, you fall."
Oh. Yes.
And if we have another moment, another 6 seconds, I would like to just blow a kiss at the ground in front of us and cast Healing Spirit, which is cast at level 3. That's everyone regains 2d6 hit points.
Oh, thank you so much.
If I may, I'd like to run back to the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
take some of the pickle chips and some toothpicks, and stick them onto grease meat. So he's like a little car right now.
Yes. You even find some onion rings in there. You can do.
Yeah. And
Yes.
as I do that, not even thinking about it, Jerry just Freudian slip, casually puts the Oakleys on her head to store them there.
All right. As you go back into the kitchen, you see Sid. He's kind of like, he's cowering in the corner, and he looks at you and he's like, Did you do it? Did you get him?
Not any thanks to you, guy, with the buffalo wings. What was that?
What? I mean, I gotta take care of my mom. It's tough out there. Like, Jesus.
Oh,
This is my job. What do you think?
I feel bad, but I have to put some pickles on a slab of meat under your table.
Okay. In that case, then Grease Meat says, Victoria's Papa! You returned! And while the rest of y'all are waiting there, the donkey comes up. It has its little feather duster in its mouth as its French-made costume donkey, and kind of like looks at you all and looks quite excited. So are you assembling your party of victory to try to
Yes.
find the way out? All right. So does Jerry have the Oakleys on?
She has forgotten about them. They're stored on top of her head for now.
All right.
I would like to say something then.
Yes.
Jerry, I believe you run Flavortown now.
Oh no. I
Which
don't
is-
know if any Fetty really should wear the nacho crown. I think it's dangerous in our hands and on our head.
I like this especially because the whole place is still on fire behind you.
Probably leave before we die.
Yeah. I guess I'll maybe if the smoke is hurting my eyes, I'll put the Oakleys down, and now I'm wearing them, and the bottom of my shirt has caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
Got little flames.
Your hair just gets that bit lighter somehow.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You get like you suddenly break out in like sebaceous acne instantly. Okay, so as you all are looking around, you can see there is one more small door sort of behind a curtain that you didn't see before. Do you guys want to go in? Because you don't really see anything here when you're looking through the Oakleys.
Yeah, let's check out this door.
All right. So you open the door, and what you find is the bathroom. And in one of the stalls, Jerry sees an otherworldly sort of glow by one of the toilets. Because if there is one way to leave Flavortown, it's through a toilet.
Do you guys see this glow here?
No idea what you're talking about.
I kind of put the glasses on and off. No, there's definitely an otherworldly glow coming from this toilet. I would describe it with that word.
All right.
Poop like walks in and goes into like the completely wrong stall, like where you're like trying to direct her, and shuts the door, and it's like, everyone can just give me a second. There's a lot happening inside of me right now. I just need a moment.
Okay. We can give Poof her privacy, but you definitely you see this glow. And the donkey has followed you in, as has Grease Meat.
Oh God, his little pickles.
His little pickles. He goes, "Whoa." He says, I've never seen such wonders, Poppers. I have heard of a bathroom, but I have never seen one.
I would like to pick up Grease Meat.
You picked up Grease Meat. Yes.
Can you point, Jerry, point me in the direction of this glowing portal?
It's in this one right here.
And I go.
All right. Grease Meat goes, whee! And he vanishes.
Disappeared.
Yes.
Let's make sure the donkey gets out safe too.
Yeah, I was like, this is big enough for a donkey, right?
Oh yeah. I think a donkey could fit in like a human toilet stall. I haven't really thought about it before, but I think that could work.
Donkey.
Donkey.
One hoof at a time, donkey.
Yes. So if you push the donkey through, then the donkey goes straight through as well.
We should wait for Poof.
Yes. Poof, how you doing?
You doing okay?
It's like, you guys see the movie White Chicks? You know, when they're like, we're just gonna meet you outside, okay? That's exactly what it is. But you see, like you hear a mighty flush, and Poof is able to come out, and you know, she's ready.
Run away! And I go through.
You go through. All right. You jump through. Okay. You jump through.
Did Sid come with us?
Sid?
Or is he going down with the ship?
And you know, he left Tina stuck in the freezer.
You did. He left her stuck in the walk-in.
Sid's problem.
Sid, if you ask Sid, then he'll be like, oh, okay. I don't
know. They fed people to people.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do in your job, but
they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
All right. Leaving Sid and Tina, that's fine. So, if you all go through, you find yourself in a familiar place. You can see, you find yourself inside the main dining room of an Applebee's. And it says over the top, it says Applebee's, Buffalo, New York. Everybody looks at you pretty askance because you're still covered in breadcrumbs and batter. But strangely, somehow, they pay the donkey. No, never mind. If you look behind you, you see nothing. You have been transported to a place which feels much more celestial, much more at home. The Applebees of Buffalo, New York. And this is where we leave our victorious poppers. Yay! Yay! We did it. You guys did it. Hooray!
Oh, yay. That was so disgusting and fun.
The most vomit in a game. In-game vomit, at least. Ever.
Oh, nice. So next time we do it, we've got a benchmark to set. Excellent.
Oh no. I just see us like going through the portal and everything, like it walking in slow motion as explosions of grease fires are happening behind us.
Just like sizzling, it gets to all the watery bits. There's like a soup back there. Yes.
Oh.
Yay. Well,
Horrible.
you did it. This is wonderful. You are victorious. Why don't we go through with everybody and tell us what you thought. Tell us where we can find you. And then we will give it to Lindy for the giveaway. So why don't we start with Sid? We'll go from backwards to forwards.
Okay. Thank you so much for letting me play this game because I had so much fun. This was awesome. Like my sides actually hurt, and I'm never gonna be able to eat again. With all good things. Thank you so much, and all of you. Like, oh my god, you guys are all so amazing. I want to cry. It was so fantastic playing with all of you. But yeah, if you want to find me doing my stuff, you can follow me on Twitter. Can I link? And is that okay? Or is that okay?
In the chat, I think Matt, our wonderful intern, he should be able to link for you, or somebody can give you a mod so that you can link.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Sydneyak, and then you can find pretty much everything else I do there. I'm the Dungeon Master for WonderQuest Podcast. You can follow that on Twitter at WonderQuestPod. I play Ari in Turncloak Podcast. You can follow that at Turncloaks Pod. I'm on the D&D channel on Saturdays talking about D&D, playing D&D, doing all the D&D things. You can also find me on twitch.tv/encounterroleplay, and now you can find me on twitch.tv/Sydneyak. I started streaming yesterday, and it's a super fun, great thing. You can go follow me over there and we do some other stuff, and there you go. That's me.
Yes, it was great. I saw your stream. It was excellent. Had a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Up next, I believe, is Autumn.
Yay. So this was awesome. I love a silly game, but this was just over the top hilarious. This was so much fun, and I want to thank you all for letting me play with you. I had a really great time. I don't get to play enough, especially with other women. So this was a wonderful experience, and I would love to do this anytime that y'all would have me. You can't really find me because I don't do this normally. This is a first time, for doing a live stream, and it was totally nervous and nerve-wracking, but this was awesome and fun, and I loved it so much. I guess I'm at Jerkwad Johnson on Twitter, but I'm shy, so don't follow me. So.
I'll follow you anytime, Audie.
Thank you. You can find me hiding behind Emma.
Yeah, that works. All right, next up is Lisa.
I am Lysa Chen. You can find out more about me at Merciful DM on Twitter, MERCYFUL DM. I had so much freaking fun playing with all of you. Emma, you made up some really weird stuff, and I loved it. This was a blast. I love grease meat so much, and I hope there's an excuse for grease meat to come back in anything. Again, just rolling in on his little pickle wheels. Tonight at 6:00 Pacific time on the D&D Twitch channel, I'll be on the premiere of Hell's Bells, which you can follow on Twitter at Hell's Bells D&D. Bells is BELLES. And it's an all tiefling show, going 7 tieflings going through the Great Modron March, traveling the plains, and I'm really excited for that too. So I hope y'all will tune in tonight.
Yay, Modron!
Yes, that's going to be so awesome. So excited for that. All right. last but not least for our players, Satine Phoenix. Yay!
Hey guys, I am Satine Phoenix. I'm the community manager of Dungeons and Dragons and the co-creator of Maze Arcana, the dungeon master for Sirens of the Realms, and Rose, an Ondarian elf lounge singer on Inkwell Society. Sirens of the Realms and Inkwell's on hold until August, September, but we have other shows in its place Tuesday and Wednesday nights on twitch.tv/Maze Arcana and twitch.tv/DND. And Lisa and I are Guild Adepts, so there's that. You can read our stuff on DM's Guild. And, Rudy and I are going to be traveling to Europe. So if you're out in England or Paris or D&D in the Castle or Amsterdam or Utrecht in the next 3 weeks, actually we leave tomorrow, come say hi, see us there. I'll be at Comic-Con and Gen Con. Oh my God, I'm never going to be home again. But yeah, you can find me online and all of my friends online at Satine Phoenix and at at D&D's Twitter. Emma, you're amazing and fun, and I love your playful brain, and I want to do this again. I feel like our
Awesome.
chefs need to go on more adventures, and the Girls Empowerment Network is just, I hope I said that right.
You did.
It's such a great idea. It's so good. We really need to support each other and show that, there's so many different kinds of games. There's really fun, silly games where we could jump through windows and then turn into elks and chase down Gary Fetty. I am so nauseous in the best way right now. And you ladies are so much fun. I wish we could go on. So if we could do this again, that'd be great.
That would be amazing. So yes, I'm the DM. I'm Emma Lambert. I'm the communications director for WebDM. I am so honored that all of you are here and that we're supporting this great thing. When I first started playing, it wasn't a thing. Like, I never played with a group of all women. Like, it just didn't happen.
No, never.
And the thought of playing a game that is so silly and so gross with a bunch of women was like almost unheard of. And we've come so far. And I'm so happy that we're here. And I'm so happy that we get to work with this amazing organization. I have worked with students who've come through this program, and just the power that is there when you ask a young girl, what is it you want to be, without any sort of agenda, and just let's focus on you and what you want, and let's help you get there. That is what they do at the Girls Empowerment Network. It is a wonderful thing. Thank you all so much for helping to support them. I have a couple of other thank yous. Thank you to Brandon of War Eagle Keep. He is our producer. He's the person who's putting all these amazing images up here. He's the person who is holding this whole saucy operation together as we broadcast it on Twitch. Thank you to Matt Gearing. He is our intern. He is amazing. He's been helping with so much that we're doing in a lot of different ways. Very happy he's here. Thank you to Alexa Bonner. She's the person who made all those amazing images. She's great. We work with her a lot. She's an old friend. We love her so much. We're going to get those images out there so that people can see Grease Meat and the detail of him themselves.
Grease Meat detail.
Thank you again to Eric Vogt and Joya Perello. Without them, this wouldn't have happened because they were cool with us taking this idea and building on it and making it into something new. So check out those links for him. That is another way to help Girls Empowerment Network get a t-shirt with an awesome meme on it. And then, yes, Tales from the Fandom, thank you for making women in tabletop gaming. It's an important thing, needs to happen. It's going to be, I think, its own organization. I'm so excited. It's going to be a thing all the time. And thank you to Tabletop Loot, our sponsors, who are also helping to benefit Girls Empowerment Network. And thank you to all our players. This was amazing. This turned out to be a bazillion times better and more crazy than I ever thought it would. And so much of it is because of you guys. So thank you. I think we're going to take it to Lindy now, who's going to announce our dice giveaway winners. Hooray.
Yes, we have drawn the winners for the wonderful dice giveaway. We have 6 of them total. First of them is Nightjar_ish. The second winner is Mark Bow. The third one is ABC Rex. The third one is Bexona. The fourth one, that's the fourth one. I can count. The fifth one is Canes and Fins 1. And our last winner is G1_Guru. So congratulations, fantastic winners. Give us an @ on Twitter to get us your addresses so we can send those wonderful dice out to you. And also, just make sure that if you didn't catch this live and you're watching the VOD and it is still June 24th, Tabletop Loot is still all day. Donating 15% of all sales to the Girls Empowerment Network. Get yourself some dice. Also, there is Death by Mage donating 100% of the proceeds from his custom gastronome class on the DM's Guild. And through the 26th, Escape from Flavortown t-shirt, if you want it, Eric Vogt is donating 15% of all merch sales to the Girls Empowerment Network as well. So again, thank you guys so much for all your donations. You were super awesome. Winners, tweet us on Twitter @WebDMShow so we can get that stuff to you. And thank you all so much. It's been fantastic.
Thanks for donating, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Yay. Well done.
Maybe.